Welcome everyone to the Side Draft Podcast. Welcome to another Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series race review. Today, Pocono, a little bit different race than we normally see. A lot of insane wrecks, a lot of strategy, just all over the place.
Yeah, it's a lot of long green flag runs, and I mean it's just a very exciting race, and seeing how the strategy is going to be four stops or 3 stops. So, very interesting race.
So Harvick, he would get the pole with a gnarly fast lap, very rad. He had that Generation X paint scheme. Didn't get the win in that, but maybe we'll see some different generations throughout the season.
Yeah, one of these generations is going to win.
Yeah, came close in the Millennial car, came close in the Gen X. Maybe Gen Z's where it's at.
Possibility.
All right, so it'd be Harvick versus Logano in the initial start. And then Keselowski would hit the wall. He'd go down pit road. Not a very good start for him. And during practice, he had a lot of issues with, I believe, power steering. Not sure if they got all that squared away before the race, but just a tough weekend for them. Then you had those who failed inspection, like William Byron. Jimmy Johnson was another one. And Ryan Blaney and Michael McDowell, I believe that was the majority of them. So, tough climb to get out of, but most of them was able to do it.
Yeah, and a couple of them come back from their backup cars, and I know Kyle Larson, he was cut through the field real good.
Yeah, Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott. And then, other than that, we would have some pit strategy. Are you planning on stopping 3 times or 4 times? I'm sure everyone was planning on no cautions because of how they normally race there and normally spread out and not many issues. But Kyle Busch would be trying on the 4-stop strategy, and he would stay out to win stage 1.
Yeah, his strategy really worked beginning of the first stage. Seemed like he had a fast enough car that he can pit and come out there, and he can. Once everybody else tried the other strategy, he was way ahead of them. So, it's kind of like it's going to work out for him.
In stage 2, it'd be Harvick versus Hamlin. Harvick would take the lead, but Kyle Busch on them fresher tires after he'd come down pit road after the stage end, he would just blow right on by. It would be good for him if there was no caution. But unfortunately for him and also to the majority of NASCAR fans, Chase Elliott would blow a tire and fly into the wall. His day would end. But that would cause for some great strategy. And, Kyle Busch trying to stay on his strategy. And then you had everyone else trying to scramble and figure out what to do now. And then...
that's the biggest thing about when you pick strategy. You got a plan. We're going to stick by it. And then a caution comes in and then it kind of throws a wrench in your plans. And you just don't know what to do, really. And it takes a lot of dedication to stick to your plan. And it's kind of like interstate. Like, I just stay in this lane, and all of a sudden it slows up, and you just want to switch to the other lane. But the strategy, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. So it's part of racing.
Then there would be some concerns for rain. They didn't know if it would rain or not. It looked like it was dissipating to where it wouldn't really affect the track. So with that, Kyle Busch would stay out on a lot older tires than everyone else because the majority of the people throughout the field, they were able to get down pit road before all that happened. And then would have the caution out for rain very shortly after that. And now we're thinking that, with 8 to go on the stage, will we be able to get back going? And then maybe another caution for rain in the race? Or will we have to go back tomorrow to try to finish this thing out? But the rain just came and went away.
Yeah, it was good that it rained a whole lot and just moved on out and they could finish the race. So it's always good to get the whole race in, but sometimes you just got the race to get past the second stage.
It would have Kyle Busch versus Harvick, and it looked like that. The clean air was just king. Didn't matter if you had no tires at all on the car. It was going to be very dominant in the first position.
Yeah, because these cars with the big spoiling the back. They cut but such a big hole, disturbed a lot of air behind them. So it's good for drafting, but also it takes the air off the nose, so you don't have it downforce. So.
They would have a caution for Ryan Blaney. He would make some contact with Daniel Suarez, and wouldn't end Ryan Blaney's day like I thought it was going to. He actually was running a lot better after that.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a little damage to make your car run better.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, it's good for that team to get the car repaired and get it back on track.
So with Kyle Busch, he needed to pit before the stage ended. And then Jimmy Johnson will be up there in that second position on his strategy, and he would win the second stage, his second stage win of his career. And that's kind of crazy saying that about a 7-time champion, only his second time, but a great strategy by him to get some points. You know, he's point battling Clinton Boyer to get in the playoffs.
Well, he had some decent speed here all weekend, really, if we went for the not passing tech before the race and got put in the back. But yes, he had a lot of speed, and he's on the outside looking in at the points on getting locked in, and every point counts, and getting the stage points like this is really huge for him.
Then it would be Hamlin taking the lead on the next restart. It looked like Harvick just didn't get a great launch. Ryan Preece would be in the wall, so we're starting to see the insanity pick up. No one knows if it rains in the area or not, so a lot of crashes from here on out.
Yeah, it seemed like the more the stages went along, the more aggressive everybody was getting.
So Erik Jones would take 2 tires, and he would take the lead. I believe Harvick and Logano took 4 during this stop, so they had a little bit more fuel at this point. Everyone's going to try to do a fuel mileage because there's only they could make it on their fuel, but it's going to be really close. So if they took 2, they definitely wasn't going to make it without saving fuel.
Yeah, and sometimes 4 tires is the call to make, but I ain't sure if the 2 tires is better here.
Yeah, so then after that, Kyle Busch would stay out. He knows he couldn't make it, so he's just going to try this strategy, see if it'd work out. They kind of laid their bed at that point. Couldn't really do anything differently. And then the 38 would be in the wall, cause caution. Kyle Busch would pit from that point. And then it would be all fuel mileage. We'd have Erik Jones, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, the Gibbs guys, besides Kyle Busch. They would all be trying to make it on fuel. And then Harvick, he thought that he could make it the entire way, so he went all the way from like 15th to 4th, so he was right there. I believe if it wasn't for the next caution, it would have been a great battle between him and Hamlin again. So
yes, that'd been great to see, but unfortunately the caution came out.
And the caution came out for Josh Bilicki, had a drive shaft issue, and man, just untimely. I mean, it was looking to be like a great battle of fuel, and who could save the most, and who actually has enough. Because we thought about, if the top 4 guys actually didn't have enough, Keselowski was extremely saving back there, and then also you had the RCR guys, Austin Dillon, Daniel Hemrick. They were trying to use each other to save some fuel. So it was really crazy, and I was really hoping that got to play out there because you didn't know who was going to win.
Yes, it's always good to get a long green flag at the very end and let the strategies play out. Just really see who could really take away the race.
They would have a caution out for Kurt Busch. Looked like Stenhouse just got in the back of him. Kurt got in the wall prior to that, and Stenhouse, I guess he just wasn't lifting and turned him around, and Stenhouse is trying to be really aggressive, trying to get in the playoffs, and not making friends is not going to help.
Yeah, it's not a good place to make friends. It's easy to make enemies. So.
Yeah. Daniel Suarez, he'd have a restart violation. He would lay back a little bit and had a great launch, and NASCAR said they weren't tolerating that, so that's a great call by them to be more consistent on the restart violations.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him. He's another one looking outside in to the points, and he really didn't need to take that big hit like that. So just lesson learned. Don't play around with the restarts, and just go out there and just run your race.
Yeah, then with that would really help everyone who were close on fuel and had a lot of laps to save some fuel. So normally here at Pocono, it takes a while for the second place car to really catch up to the leader and get around them. So wasn't really nothing anyone else could do for Hamlin because that just seems the way it is, especially on the inside line.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy in fourth could do something, but no one could really do anything for Hamlin. But great race by him, no mistakes, and he managed to get his third win of the season.
Yeah, everybody's kind of worried about Kyle Larson at the very end. He was in fourth place, and I believe for Erik Jones, he might have been able to get up there with Denny Hamlin. And, it was pretty awesome just for him to drive from the back of the field and have a good day. And it was actually one of my picks to win. I thought I'd just go on a limb and pick him, and came close.
Yeah, and speaking of coming close, Erik Jones is second. Like I said, he just couldn't really get enough of a run to really get around Hamlin. Maybe a couple more laps. They would have ran out of fuel eventually, but he might have been able to get a run on him. But Hamlin was able to be in that golden position.
Yeah.
That's the place you want to start at. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see some insanity with some fuel mileage, but we did get to see Denny Hamlin cruise to his third win of the season, and that's one guy that has been showing a lot of speed lately. We questioned, where was he? Hadn't had a lot of success lately, but ever since New Hampshire, he's been right there in the hunt.
Yeah, because right now, like all the Gibbs is running very well. Erik Jones, he's had some races that didn't really go right. But here he's running real well today. I mean, even in New Hampshire, he was running pretty decent too. So, they're all coming on strong now, and right now it's a lot of new players in the scene now. So,
yeah, really, I don't know who has the best chance of winning the championship. 1 minute it's like it's Kyle Busch for sure. He's got the most speed. NBC likes to talk about him every 2 seconds, because he's so good. And then all of a sudden, here comes Brad Keselowski win all these races.
Yeah.
And then Denny Hamlin wins all these races, and Harvick won that one last week. So then you had Hendrick. They were showing a lot of speed, and all of a sudden they're having all these issues. So people's coming and going in the blink of an eye all of a sudden. So playoffs get here, I don't know. It's going to be insane.
It's going to be a crazy playoff this year, I believe, because there's a lot of things going on, and these cars are harder to drive, and the teams are working harder, and it's we could have a sleeper like we did at Joey Logano last year. Waited till the playoffs, then he started winning, and he just took over.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people debating about Chase Elliott. That he's probably going to be out in the first round, but maybe he's got that one win. All he's got to do is perform in the playoffs. It doesn't matter right now. Maybe the extra playoff points would help if he would win extra races. But Joe Logano only had one win going in the playoffs last year, so it doesn't matter. As long as you're in the game, you're in the game. So anyone can win it as long as you're in the top 16. It's going to be a great battle this year. So stay tuned for the next chapter next week for Watkins Glen. It's going to be probably insane again.
Yeah, I believe Chase, as long as he stay consistent and not have all these tire issues and mechanical problems, I believe he'll be a good contender for the playoffs. And another good note from today is Daniel Hamlin. He come home, seventh?
Yes.
So, that's a good run for him. And he's, running for the Rookie of the Year, RCR, and he just showed a real good performance today.
Yeah, so hope you enjoyed the race reviews from this week. Also want to mention Ryan Blaney got a top 10 after all that happened to him. So
Yeah.
a lot of rebounders this week. But I hope you enjoyed the race reviews. No, we had a triple upload day. Hopefully we won't have to do that too many times. But I hope you enjoyed watching 3 videos from us today. But anyways, next week we're going to have 2 Fast Picks episodes because Eldora being on Thursday, just so we don't have that way too long before the Cup Series race on Sunday. So that way we could at least look at some practice runs and see how they are. So we'll see a double upload for Fast Picks.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll have a special Eldora episode or something.
Yeah. So we're gonna have like a just Eldora Fast Picks, and then we're gonna have the Xfinity and Cup Fast Picks on Friday, I believe. Okay. So gonna be a lot of videos from us this week.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy them. Subscribe and stay tuned.